Hello guys, and welcome back to She's Diabetic. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Andrea. I have been a type 1 diabetic for over 18 years, and this is just a channel all about that. So welcome if you're new here. If you're returning, welcome back. So, weird time. I didn't know if I wanted to make a video about this because I didn't want to add to any of the chaos or melee of information that's coming at people. But I took an Instagram poll and a lot of you overwhelmingly voted that you would like to see a video like this, so I want to make whatever you guys want. Today I want to talk about coronavirus and what I'm doing as a type 1 diabetic to kind of deal with the chaos of it all. It's not something that I can speak with any sort of authority on. I am not a medical professional, and therefore all thoughts, opinions, everything expressed in this video is completely my own. Yes, I've read things and I'm going to quote some things for you guys, but I'm not a doctor. I'm just a person that lives with a chronic condition, and this is what I'm personally doing to preserve my own health and the health of those around me, my fellow man, whilst living with a compromised immune system. I think being type 1 diabetics, we can often feel like we are at the will of our blood sugars, of our medical devices, of our, every single thing that affects your blood sugar, which is every single thing. And control is something that is difficult to come by, but at the same time, the very thing that we have to continually pursue in the condition. And therefore, when exterior factors throw more out of control into our lives on the whole, that can be work stress, that can be relationship stress, mental health issues, but that can also be a pandemic, which is happening and is unprecedented at the moment. And therefore, I've kind of, in and amongst the chaos and watching the news and everything, I shut off the news and I was silent in my apartment, and I just made a list of things. This happened about 5 days ago. A list of things that I can do that are in my control that put me in the best position to help myself and my own health, and as a result my fellow man as well. So what am I doing in isolation? The number one thing that I've read and continually see from JDRF, Diabetes UK, from American Diabetes Association, I'm seeing evidence that keeping your blood sugars more in range is going to give us the best chance at fighting this thing should it come in contact with us, which is both frustrating and empowering to know. That's what we're trying to do every day, more or less, right? At least I'm trying. Sometimes successfully, other times not so successfully. I'm on the DEXCOM G6, which I'm very, very grateful to be gifted as I'm part of their Warrior program. And so looking at my CGM, keeping an eye on things, keeping my carb counting tight, those are all things I'm actively doing towards trying to keep more in range. So that's my big one. That's my number one. Next up, and sort of following on from that, I'm eating a very plant-rich diet. So I'm trying to eat, the rainbow. And that's another thing that I feel is in my power to boost my immune system and also just generally feel good, support my mental health. And when I eat more plant-centric, I find personally my blood sugar's a little bit easier to control, so I'm more gravitating towards that at the moment, just because that's aiding in my being able to stay more in range. And following then on from that, I am also trying to build movement into my day. So last week I posted about exercise and type 1 diabetes. I did an Instagram Q&A, and well, what a time to talk about being at a gym, because nobody can probably go to the gym right now, which is right. I personally talked a lot about the magic of movement and blood sugar control and how that's been very, very massive to me in helping me live my best life, both physically from an in-range blood sugar perspective, but also mentally. And I think those two are so inextricably linked, you cannot part them. So for me, even though the gyms are closed, I am doing at-home workouts. And I will list some down below that are my favorites, just to name a few, like Fitness Blender, Pop Sugar Fitness. Those are a couple of great channels that do all sorts of 5-minute, 10-minute stretching series, yoga, dance. Love me some dance. And sort of a fun tip, I think, how I originally gained my confidence to go to the gym and to exercise with type 1 diabetes is by doing these at-home workouts. When I started an exercise routine many years ago, I took to online classes and online YouTube videos because I knew, heck, if I get a low blood sugar, I just pause it and just wait and have a juice or a couple glucose tablets and it's no big deal. So I think for type 1 diabetics, at-home workouts are a really excellent way to either enter into moving your body or just generally all the time. And what a time right now to kind of begin to engage with that. That's a kind of neat positive that we can spin into this as type 1 diabetics. And I very much enjoyed going back to my at-home workouts. Would I like to be with people? Yeah, sure, of course. But for now, it's totally okay, and it's totally inspiring for me to see how people are doing this online and offering free classes and doing Instagram live videos and stuff like that. It's just been really neat to see and really neat to engage with. Another thing, speaking of things I'm grateful for, is keeping a gratitude journal. This is something I do every single morning, and it's more important now than ever, in my opinion. Actually, it's here. I might as well just bring it up. There's a thing called the 5-minute journal. And every morning, I'll show you a blank page. Every morning, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. They always have a quote there. What would make today great? And a daily affirmation. And in the nighttime, 3 things that were amazing today and what I could have done in the day to make the day even better. So I'm keeping that one going loud and proud to continually fight the noise of negativity that's going on in our world at the moment. Understandable negativity, understandable fear. I'm not trying to minimize that, but I am trying to kind of mitigate it in my own mind to keep a balance, to remember things that I have that I am so grateful for. Another classic that you've probably heard time and time again, and I've talked about it to battle stress with diabetes and stuff like that, is just meditating. I have the Calm app at the moment that I got like a free trial with, so I'm doing it through that. It's a pay-for app. However, there are lots of free ones out there. Insight Timer is a great one. The Honest Guys on YouTube do some great ones. Even just YouTube, like searching guided meditation, just some amazing free resources. They don't cost a penny, which is fantastic, of course, especially at this time and always. And they allow you to just kind of tune in and meditate. You don't have to be a professional, but it helps kind of quiet that mind set that can oftentimes drive my stress up and up and up, and thus the same with blood sugars, up and up and up. That's how stress affects my blood sugar. I don't know about you. Let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, meditation, keeping that one for sure ticking along. It's something that is built into my daily life already, but I'm really gravitating more and more towards it and finding it more and more helpful every day in and amongst this. And that's kind of it. Those are the very basic things that I'm doing to keep myself up and happy and moving through my day. Funnily enough, the stuff that people are being advised to do on the whole, eat well, sleep, exercise, stress less, all those things are extremely wonderful for type 1 diabetes. Those are things, at least personally, my blood sugar loves. So it's very interesting that at this time, people are putting those to sort of the top of the priority list. And I think as type 1 diabetics, we can take from that, learn from it, take advantage of the resources that are being put out there at the moment, a lot of them totally free that wouldn't normally be free, to achieve a sort of higher level in those sections of life. I think there's something to be learned from this time. I think there's something to sort of grow from within this time, and that's what I'm going to try to do best as possible, but I make no guarantees. I'm just a human being going through this just like everybody else. So just trying my darn best. Two things I wanted to end on. First of all, I want to remind myself, and maybe it's helpful to you guys, we as type 1 diabetics live with a certain level of anxiety and fear around our health all the time. And this is something that other people that are normally very healthy or not facing their own mortality on a sort of daily basis as we do. I mean, we deliver insulin, which is a very potent drug that you could argue we make life and death decisions every single day when we dose. So something I'm trying to remind myself is a lot of the chaos that's going on in the media at the moment is people are trying to deal with that fear of their own health being potentially frail or not completely in their own control. And that is something that is very understandable and very scary, but just to remind you all, we deal with this on a daily basis. And therefore we are uniquely poised to deal with this, in my opinion. We are uniquely poised to deal with this from a mindset perspective, and we are uniquely poised to show compassion to those that are afraid. And the best thing we can do, I think, is to look after ourselves in order to look after our fellow man. Whatever that means to you, and I think that's really important and really empowering to think about and to remember and to connect with that kindness within yourself. So that's all from me right now. I thank you guys for sticking with me through this video. I thank you guys for clicking and subscribing and supporting me in that way and supporting each other down in the comments. If anybody has any fears, concerns, questions, please feel free to use that as a forum where you can speak and discuss without judgment. And I wish you all a wonderful day, happy, healthy days wherever you are in this world. I wish you great blood sugars, straight CGM lines, in range times that are just, but most of all and most importantly, I wish you a happy, healthy mind with it all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you soon.